Hi, I'm Alexis, and this is a quick boss guide for the Dawnbreaker, one of the new dungeons for the War Within. Before we start, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. It'll help my channel grow and I'll be able to put out more content more often. This dungeon takes us to the Dawnbreaker warship, with firepower to turn the tide in this endless war against Anub'ikkaj. Players have to battle a total of 3 bosses. Before the first boss, you need to clear the adds on the ship. It will eventually take off flying, and after defeating all the adds, you need to travel to the 2 adjacent ships, defeat more adds, and explode both ships. Return to the main ship and you will find Speaker Shadowcrown. Burning Shadow is a magic debuff which causes damage and reduces movement speed by 50% until dispelled. On Mythic, dispelling this cast will apply Shadow Shroud to the rest of the party, which absorbs 1.1 million healing, so healers need to be sure to time the dispel correctly and heal everyone up. Shadow Bolt is an interruptible cast which hurls shadow damage at a player. When the boss starts casting Darkness Comes, grab your flying mount and take flight. The ship will be engulfed in a huge purple orb. When it explodes, return to the ship to continue the fight. While you're flying, you may notice that you have a debuff, Radiant Light, counting down. If it reaches 0, you will get instantly one-shot. Flying through these gold orbs in the sky will grant 1 vigor and will also extend the duration of Radiant Light. On Mythic, the boss casts Obsidian Beam, where 4 beams shoot out covering the whole floor area and rotate for 7 seconds. Getting hit by the beam hits the player with an instant shadow damage and applies a 9-second damage debuff, and the effect stacks, so just avoid the beams. Also on Mythic, the boss casts Collapsing Night. You will see 2 big purple portals which stay there for 30 seconds and continue to grow slowly over time. Avoid standing in them, cause they hurt quite a bit. The next boss is Anub'ikkaj. Is that how you say it? This boss is on the ground. Before attacking the boss, be sure to defeat the 3 lieutenants marked with a gold circle on the minimap, as these increase the boss's health by 50% and damage by 30%. First ability is Dark Orb. He shoots a huge purple orb at a targeted player and explodes for 4.4 million shadow damage on impact with an object, but the damage decreases the further it travels. So try to aim the orb to keep on traveling as far away as possible. If you stand in the way and get hit by the orb, you get a debuff which damages you for 15 seconds, and this effect stacks. Terrifying Slam is the tank ability, hitting with physical and shadow damage, as well as shadow damage to any other players within 15 yards, so be sure to run out of the purple circle. Shadow Decay is a 4-second cast in which he shoots shadow damage to all players. Just heal through. On Mythic, the boss summons Living Shadow to his aid, DPS them down quick. The boss also casts an interruptible spell, Congeal the Darkness, which will hit a targeted player with big shadow damage if it goes through. The last boss, Rasha'nan, is also fought on a ship. Players need to fly back up to the ship circling the zone. Defeat the Nightfall Dark Architect to trigger the boss. This fight is split into 2 stages. In stage 1, the boss casts Rolling Acid. A player is targeted with a green line, which will burst into a huge wave, stunning the target and anyone else within 5 yards. Anyone hit with the wave will have their speed reduced by 50% and a corrosion debuff inflicting nature damage for 15 seconds, which also stacks. You will know which way the waves are going by noticing the green mist on one side of the line. If you have it on you, move in the direction of the mist to avoid hitting everyone with the wave, and other players should stand on the other side. Erosive Spray is an AoE nature damage to all players, which also applies a nature debuff damaging players for 8 seconds. Just heal through. From time to time, Arathi bombs fall onto the ship and will detonate after 20 seconds. Players need to grab these bombs and throw them at the boss, which will cause 5.8% of her health in damage. Don't hold the bombs for too long though, cause their sparks cause damage every 0.5 seconds. On Mythic, the boss also shoots out webs, and players within 3 yards of their impact location receive nature damage and are rooted in place for 3 seconds. When the boss is around 65% health, he will fly off, eventually landing on the ground. Like the first boss, be sure to take the gold orbs in the sky to stay protected from encroaching shadows. When the boss lands, he starts casting Acidic Eruption, which will inflict nature damage to all players, and the damage continues to increase over time until it is interrupted. In Stage 2, players need to continue to watch out for the same mechanics as Phase 1, except for the Arati bombs, as well as a new mechanic, Spinneret Strands. This is a circle of webs blasted onto a target, pulling you into the middle and slowing down your speed by 15%. You need to run out to snap yourself free, however, snapping free causes damage to all players, so try staggering these. If the acid waves roll over the Spinneret Strands, they will damage players within 5 yards and will also form an acidic pool, causing damage to any players that walk over it. And that is the overall guide on how to defeat bosses in the Dawnbreaker. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Good luck in your dungeon adventures, and thank you for watching.